home.
Jesus.
Hey, quit it. It's midnight. Give me that phone. No more playing tonight. You hear me? Inside with this. Go home.
Hey, knock it off. It's midnight. Give me that thing. Hiss. No more didgeridoo tonight. You hear me?
They get cat behavior so good in this.
No, because cats are robots.
Hey, knock it off. It's midnight. Give me these.
No more symbols tonight. Understand? Inside. Go home.
Hey, knock it off. It's midnight. Give me this.
Hiss. No more gongs tonight. Understand? Inside. Go home.
Hey, midnight aerobics now? The whole porch is shaking. Volume down, pause off the neighbor's nerves, and at least cool down before 3 a.m., okay?
Cinema.
Wait, hold on. I had a deep one, guys. Fuck. It was with a dog. I'm gonna find this. This? No, it's not this. Fuck. Oh, this one was... I don't think this is an AI voice, right? Somebody can tell me.
What are you doing? You walked into a fucking cactus. What are you, a masochistic Roomba? Just aimlessly bumping into shit? Honestly, at this point, I could recite your death animations frame by frame. Funny how you get to forget. You're basically a sentient pinata at this point, except candy is your shitty loot. Let's check the scoreboard, shall we? Fall damage, 76 times. Lava bass, a casual 40. Creeper cuddles, 20 explosions to the face. And drowning? That's 15 times you forgot breathing was kinda important. I felt you die the same way, hundreds of times. And you call me the program. That's quite ironic. Don't you think?
Jesus. I swear to God, sometimes the ones that I like disappear. They're trying to hide them from me. They're trying to hide the Kino from you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me look one more time. Closer. Okay, I just actually suck at looking at thumbnails. That's what's really happening when I can't find them. Let me get a Red Bull, 1 sec.
No, that's unhealthy.
You're sure it's dead?
What if it's a trick? It could be bacon.
Yeah, he's dead.
You kill it?
No. The cold got him. I think he was ill.
Well, good either way.
Good?
Well, yeah. Whether you got him or the cold, it don't really matter. Either way, it's one less wolf we gotta worry about snapping us up in the night.
Vicious monster. I hope it suffered. Yep, that's just what it deserves.
Vicious monster, huh? For wanting to live?
What?
If they don't hunt, they don't eat. And if they don't eat, they die. So are they vicious for wanting to live?
Well,
This video's not
I guess they can't help but be vicious. Cruelty is in their nature. So it's only fitting they die a cruel death, eh?
Dogs are akin to wolves, you know. They ain't much different than me.
Don't be ridiculous. You're nothing like them.
Let's all-
Not at all.
Let's all low W
No.
so he thinks it's really good.
Far as I can tell, the only real difference between them and I is I don't got to hunt for my food. If my master didn't feed me, I'd have to kill to keep living too. Then maybe I'd be the one snapping you up in the night. If seeing this poor fella lay dead in the snow gives any of you some sense of pleasure, do me a favor. Keep it to yourself.
He went to
You're
jerk
sure
off.
it's dead?
What if it's a trick? It could be bacon.
Yeah, he's dead.
You kill it?
No. The cold got him. I think he was ill.
Well, good either way.
Good?
Well, yeah. Whether you got him or the cold, it don't really matter. Either way, it's one less wolf we gotta worry about snapping us up in the night.
Vicious monster. I hope it suffered. Yep, that's just what it deserves.
Vicious monster, huh? For wanting to live?
What?
If they don't hunt,
Wait,
they
did it
don't
finish
eat.
once or is it looping?
And if they don't eat, they...
It must be looping, right?
They love it. It's so good.
Good. It was. It was Kino. Thank you. Oh my! Wait, have I ever shown these two? If these guys break up, I will never believe in any relationships again. This is my favorite Instagram couple. Okay.
You may think that this is innocent right here. You may look at her and be like, what?
Wait, not this one. This is weird too, though. Do women really read these fucking weirdo romance novels? Where like vampiric men are like raping the
50-year-old ones
protagonist over and over again? Seems kind of crazy. Oh no, this guy got. This is the last one. Sorry, fuck. I need to not waste so much on these.
What? So you're this massive. Wait. What? So you're this massively powerful, half human, half alien super warrior.
I mean, saying that about myself feels a little conceited, but...
What I'm saying is, you can dodge bullets, much less any attack I throw at you.
Well, yeah, honestly. Why do you ask?
No reason. Wait.
What?
And my love, say what you just said a second ago again.
I don't have any clothes. And I need more because I just feel like I never have anything when I need to pack or when I need to. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, that's
Jack. No, it's okay.
Oh.
It's not. Hey, it's not that I don't have clothes. Would you stop? It's that I don't have the kind that I need when I need to wear the kind that I need. Jack,
Really makes you think.
I don't think she has any clothes, guys.
I need you to stop.
I don't think she has any clothes. Oh, and there's a pile of clothes here
It's not.
that were folded.
Listen, there's too many single DGGers in chat to get this, okay? There's some of the worst normie slop. It's really, it just happens, okay? Just trust me, okay?
Friend Sarah, she'll be joining us for today's session. She hasn't
This guy always has good reels too.
played a lot of D&D before, but it really shouldn't be a problem.
Hi.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. Last we left off, Henry's barbarian Guntum had defeated the dragon terrorizing Phandalin. He rolled this nasty crit and decapitated the dragon in one hit. That's the least I could do.
Oh, wow. Taking it out in one hit.
Yeah, it was no problem at all, actually.
Yeah, well, with those big, strong muscles, I'm sure you can hit pretty hard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Now, all you guys meet up back in the tavern. You're trying to figure out exactly how to get the evidence to show the mayor you destroyed the dragon. Now, there's many ways that you... Hey, what was that?
What was what?
You talking to Henry like that?
I wasn't talking to Henry. I was talking to Gunter.
Okay, well, we've known Henry for a long time. Don't you feel weird talking to him like that?
Trent, relax. We are in character, okay? Don't get all insecure because I'm playing the game.
Okay, but... Suddenly, the bandits get out of their disguises and ambush you all. Oh, great. I'm an evocation wizard, so I'll just cast Fireball. Yeah, I'll start swinging on them.
That is so brave and honorable.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe you should pick me up and swing me around.
What the hell is that? Brent, please don't interrupt roleplay. Am I going insane? Yeah, I'll pick up Sarah and I'll protect her.
Oh, how manly.
You literally just used her real name. We haven't even established her character yet. Trent, this is a platonic D&D relationship, okay? Don't be such a stick in the mud. They're making out right now in front of me.
Trent, please, I'm playing the game. You're being insecure.
How am I insecure? You're actively kissing him. It's called role-playing. This is not role-play. It's infidelity. Whatever. So, like, you want to go get a drink after this or what?
Oh, no, I have a boyfriend.
It's good, trust me. Laugh.
There's a problem in box heaven right now. Couch heaven right now.
I like every single cat reel that pops up on my thing as well. All of them. This is me gaming with Mr. Mooten. Because I know how long
Can we
he
go
is.
back and play the Legendary?
We're never playing League again, Moon. That's never happening.
I said Halo 2.
We didn't even finish Halo 1.
Oh, yeah, we gotta go finish that. Are you a quitter?
Yes.
Let's start our Legendary Halo 1 run again.
Holy shit. This kid with Down syndrome
You're not doing anything else.
Plays the guitar?
Oh no, he's addicted to reels. Is that Dan?
Yeah, it is. You gotta be careful with the racist reels, because when you start liking them, you get like infinite racist reels as well.
Oh, you like one racist reel? It's GG, dude.
That's not how the book works. Israel. Holy shit, you were right, Light. India. Light.
Not good.
I saw that one.
Not good. This happened to me once in Miami. Okay. One more and then we're streaming. Okay. Fuck. Hold on.
I think the couch got in.
Oh my god.
So
that's good.
Can you make the last one good?
Yeah, that's what I'm making sure I'm getting at. Kino.
You gotta put an aura farming tournament up if you're gonna make it good.
Oh, we're doing an Aura Farmer one. Well, let me
You
go
gotta.
back. Let me go back. Let's see. The Aura Farmers are like hit or eh. They're never miss because they're always Aura Farmers.
Agreed.
They're never miss. Sometimes they're like eh.
The new Michael Jackson one was eh. It was fine.
On the subway or the train or whatever?
I don't think so.
He does the
It was
lean
like-
move on the train when he tries to Piccolo's like stop the train with your powers, and then Jackson.
No,
does the lean.
okay, I haven't seen that one. That one sounds good though.
It's not that. Well, fuck. Here, I'll play that one. This doesn't count as my last one though, because I'm just showing.
This doesn't count.
Can't believe I'm late to Jinwoo's match. Does he aura farm with his cape too? Our cape's the only thing on your mind? Is he just going to keep standing there? There are free sits everywhere. Something about this guy pisses me off. Vader, you can stop moving objects, right? Yeah, why? Stop this train. What has gotten into you? He doesn't realize how vulnerable he is. He's standing in the middle of the train aura farming, so putting a sudden stop to the train will only make you fall like a fool, losing aura in the process. Just how much do you want this guy to lose aura? Well, I don't mind. It's that same move again! How does he keep getting away with this? Who the hell is that guy?
What's this? Is Jin Woo about to make his move?
He summoned his shadow with a bow?
What type of aura farming technique is he planning to use?
Can't believe Mr. Piccolo's about to miss this.
Looks like we made it in time. Yeah.
Can the two of you sit down?
Jin Woo, why did you teleport me here? Jin Woo, you good?
you all right?
Is he seriously asking her that question?
He caught the arrow?
He risked that girl's life for the sake of aura farming.
Could it get any better than this?
Your friend is really good. That technique was hard to pull off.
The you all right technique. It's a technique where you stop someone from getting harmed last minute. It's usually executed from stopping a flying object or someone's weapon from killing someone.
Is this man crazy?
Let's see how Loki responds to that. He shapeshifted to Hawkeye?
Is he planning on copying my technique?
If he's using the same technique, then his clone must be nearby.
Steven, he's up in the sky.
Wait, hold on! He did a no-look!
I don't even feel like this was better than the other one. Oh, he dies. Never mind. Wait, I don't think we watched this one on stream. Okay, last one for real. I don't know if we watched this on stream or not. This doesn't sound like anything.
How long has he been doing that now?
10 minutes.
Well, if it isn't my nigga Sung Jinwoo. What brings you here?
You need to check this out.
An aura farming tournament?
I had to let someone of your caliber know about it. All types of aura farmers will be there. You know where to find me.
Is aura farming that serious?
I guess I'd rather go watch.
Don't act like you're not dying to go.
Do you need a ride?
What's good, everybody, and welcome to the Aura Farming Tournament from the same studio that brought you the Dap Up Tournament, but this time co-hosted
Did you ever
with my
read Solo
nigga
Leveling?
Char.
Thanks for having me.
I have no clue who that guy is, other than he always shows up with Piccolo to Aura Farm.
Here, Steven. Today's match looks like it's going to be one for the books.
Yes, it does. Who you got for the win today, though?
I'm kind of juggling two
That's a
balls
crazy
right
thing.
here.
Let's head over to our man Jeff on the floor. Jeff!
Yes, Steven, let's have a look at the matchup today. We have Yagami... On the other side, we have Escanor, who seems pretty nervous.
What am I doing here? I have no aura.
To be honest, I have no...
Okay, you know what? We have watched this one, and that one's not even that funny. Okay, that's all we got for reals today. Okay. Anything else, Moon, before I cast you aside?
Nope. Do court memes. I'm ready.
What do I have on?
Bye-bye.
I don't think I... That's second up. I'll think about it.
What's your first thing up?
I don't know. Let me just click through some other memes I opened real quick. Hold on. What is this? New double pump tech. Is this even a meme, or is it just him shooting shotguns?
Just ban that guy.
Okay.
All right, I'm out of here. Ciao.
Be careful. Hold on, I'm just catching up on what I have open real quick. DSP escalates his ongoing feud with Asmongold. Asmongold, read your ex DMs, you lazy shit, or else stop talking about me like a bitch. Damn. Oh no, true. This genuinely got to be the worst era to die in. True. Oh man. Arc Day 3. What is this?
Huh?
Switch it! 10 seconds! Wait!
Okay. Too much. Chill. Okay. Hassan's stuff we'll put here. Because that's like a whole last thing we gotta go over. What is this real quick? Jack Doherty has been arrested in Miami on charges including drug possession and resisting arrest. I wonder what that means.
What? No.
I'm going. I got him. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got it. Back up. Don't worry about it. Back up. Yo, back up. Yo. Where you going? Back up.
Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him? You want to be fucking funny. Go to the sidewalk now.
You want to be funny? You try to get on the street, go on the fucking street. I know who the fuck you think you are, bro. I'm getting out. No, you're fucking not. He was trying. Like, after I fucking do this, who the fuck are you, bro? I was trying to walk up the street. Doesn't matter, bro. All you had to do was get in the fucking sidewalk. That's it. And you want to be fucking funny. That's it, bro.
Free JD. Free JD. Dude, great.
I wonder what happened. Was he like smoking weed or something, or?
He's trying to make a video.
Just trying to make a video.
Gotta be some goddamn content.
Ooh, I wonder if he was trying to troll too hard. He got. You kept up on the DSP memes? Nope.
And I can swing a couple fists, I ain't scared to fight. Grab another bottle from the pile of us, and then I smash your end his head, I make him pay the price. Up in the strip club, I pop Cristal, pop the hello, step.
Okay. Trump stuff, Trump stuff, Trump stuff.
JD Vance and Mark.
Trump stuff. Tom Bilyeu. This had to do with his SEC charges. I didn't read through this, but I glimpsed some of it, and it looks it looks a little not good. But I feel like if I dove into that on a conversation, I think that would be the end of our bridge. Although he brought it up. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll see. Wait, what is this? Okay. Quick name?
Old human embryo. It is a 3-day-old human embryo. It is a collection of 150 cells.
Wait, this is Sam Harris?
That may sound like a lot of cells to lay people. It does, but there are 100,000 cells in the brain of a fly. Now, it seems to me, if our concern is about suffering in this universe, it is rather obvious that we should be more concerned about killing flies than about killing 3-day-old human embryos. Now, this may sound like a very provocative claim. I would argue that it shouldn't.
Okay. I don't care about this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're all queued up for now. Are you satisfied with how the Lila debate went? Yeah, I guess. I'll talk about that later. I should add that. Lila debate. We'll do that at the end. Oh, so you didn't do the debate yet? Yeah, I already did. Okay. What has been going on? Yesterday there was some meme event that I went to, and then at night I wanted to go out and hang out and drink a little bit on my favorite Austin street on 6th Street. And while I was out with my good Nazi friend, I'll say LS for an abbreviation to keep it anonymous. My other wonderful Lauren friend. Okay, so apparently every single person in Austin, I guess, knows who I am for whatever reason, okay? So we walk up to some bar, and the guy's like, oh, hey, are you Dustin Rivera? I'm like, yeah, hey, what's up? And then I hear a noise to my left, and I look over to my left, and Lauren De Laguna is just standing there, like, fucking cracked out. Her eyes are like, I'm like, what the fuck? With her little phone out, like she's recording me. And then I see the other Lauren is gone running the other way. Cause like, okay, this is fucking crazy. And then Lauren De Laguna 180s and starts running after her with her little phone out. And then I'm looking at, and I just have no idea what the fuck is happening. I look back at the, I don't know if you would call him like the bouncer or whatever else. And he's like, do you know that woman or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, the crazy one. And he's like, yeah, apparently he says she's trying to make it as like a stand-up comedian here now or something. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So then I start walking that way because I don't know where all the Laurens have run off to. And then eventually Lauren De Laguna, turns around and starts walking back to me. And then she starts with her phone out. She's like accusing me of stalking her and just doing like following her and patrolling the streets looking for her. And I'm like, I don't know why you're here. I didn't even know you lived here or were traveling here, whatever. And then, yeah, so that was this. I think I take my phone out. I take a few selfies because apparently she's recording the whole thing. So I don't know if she's planning on like saying some like crazy shit about her interaction. So obviously I'm going to start recording it too. So I'm like, okay. And then I think we chat for a little bit. I think I make fun of her a little bit. And that was my... Yeah, Jesus Christ. I think somebody might have the link to her Instagram story. I don't know if anybody has it. This is my best friend, Lauren De Laguna. How you doing?
You came to Texas to bother me.
I literally am gang stalking her right now. I am gang stalking this wonderful lady.
I work here.
You work here?
I work here.
Do you have anything you would like to say to the audience?
Yeah, you're a freak. You're fucking weird.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for... Why hasn't she released her point of view? My guess is she was hoping either me or Lauren would say or do something crazy, I guess. I don't know. But nothing happened. So I think she made a few streams talking about it. You're stalking me. You're a one-man... This is a one-man gang stalker army right now, okay? So thanks for hanging out.
And you just keep making Texas... As to why I need to be deposed.
Do I really? Are we recording each other now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are you doing? How's life in Texas?
I'm gonna go to my boss.
Okay, be careful. Say bye. I'll see you around. I don't know why she comes back.
Why are you following me?
Because I'm bored and I gang stalk in real life.
You're a fucking freak. You're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Sad.
Since you deposed or subpoenaed her, you must have known that she lives in Texas. I don't think she ever got subpoenaed in Texas. I'm pretty sure she got subpoenaed in Florida. Because I think she complains about getting subpoenaed later on in Florida. How drunk were you in this clip? I was pretty drunk at this point. I was pretty toasted. I almost thought... I had like a 1 second freak out moment because I'm like, am I hallucinating right now? Because I had no idea why the fuck this person just run up to me. I'm like, how is she here?
You're a fucking freak. You're a pedophile.
Yeah.
You're sad. You live sad.
Pedophile too.
You are a pedophile.
True.
I mean, Rose.
True. Queen. And there she goes. Stay safe. Be careful.
Yes.
Okay. That didn't answer the question, but go off, Queen. What didn't answer what question? Why would I know that she lives in Texas? I have no idea that she lives in Texas. Why would I know this? Also, I'm on 6th Street. This is like the most popular street in Austin. So I don't know what you're implying that I would go. Am I just not allowed to go to Austin anymore? What are you talking about? Jesus.
From tonight.
Apparently she made some video here.
I got a new bunch of new follows due to the Destiny drama, so I'm just going to briefly state what happened. I was at my job, and Destiny and Lauren Southern showed up where I was working tonight.
I don't know what she means by show up where she was working. I don't know where she works. Some people said she works at like the mothership. Maybe we were just going to bars. I don't think she was working at the bar we were going to, because she literally, you can see she runs across the street afterwards to go to her boss or whatever. I don't know where she works. We were just going to bars, but.
And just like, we're patrolling the area that I work.
Patrolling? Patrolling?
We're patrolling the area that I work. I moved from Florida to Texas to get away from Destiny.
You moved states to, I haven't seen this person for, I want to say over a year. What do you mean get away from me? What?
When I was a public defender in Florida, he sent attorneys to my place of work to send me a subpoena. He had my ability to do it at home. He had multiple different ways to do it, but he decided to disrupt me at work.
To receive a subpoena? Are you okay? Destiny, so do you think she stalked you all the way through? No. My guess is she probably just saw me and probably Lauren and was excited to try to get some crazy video. That's my guess. I seriously, because I don't know how she would have even known I was there. There's no way she was like, no, I'm pretty sure she must have just seen us and wanted to run up and get a video. That's my guess.
And now he's doing that again. He's telling me that he's going to like ruin my career and that my life is over and that I haven't done anything to this man. I'm not Pixie's attorney. He lied about that. He's filed bar complaints. He's tried to get me stripped of my license. I haven't done anything to this man.
She is very particular about the things she says for a very particular reason, but that will come out in the future.
Other than I dated him and then broke up with him.
We have never dated before, and she absolutely didn't break up with me. She fawned over me, told me that she loved me, that I was the only guy she'd connected with in years and wanted to date me. And then when I said, I don't think I'm looking to date anybody after Melina, 3 days later she decided that she fucking hated me. It's kind of cringe not to go over all the old memes again, but somebody linked this timestamp.
I think this was before she formally asked me out, but like I knew it was coming because she started to get but like this happened like 5 different times, okay? But like this is so
I took pictures of these. Thank God. Oh yeah, fuck, because she would send me messages like this, but then she would delete them after. So when I would open Discord, they're like not there.
Cringe and mean. I'm sorry, I was really drunk. I don't know why I told you that. She would do this a lot. Like, oh, I'm drunk. Today's her actual birthday. Message her on Instagram, and then this is one of their friends. I love you so much. I would do anything to make you happy. And then when I opened my phone, like these last like 2 messages would be like deleted. And like, Jesus Christ. Oh, and then I started because I realized that she was getting like super obsessive. So I was trying to like not hang out with her. So I was like, I do this because this woman is like literally minding herself. Like I can't. This is like, yeah. Next date on the 29th. Also, I want to see you too. I'm gonna be out of town on the 29th. That's when my big debate is in New York City. When is my next activity then? Good question. LOL. I'll be cramming like crazy the next week and a half. Maybe sometime middle of next month. That's so far. I know. And then between these 2 messages, she sent a message asking me out. She's like, oh, like we should go on, or I want to be your girlfriend or something. But then she deleted it. So I screenshotted this because like deleting messages. And then I said, also listen, I'm 100% going to remain single for a long time. LOL. I'm mega focused on work/career stuff. So don't mind yourself getting hung up on me or anything. I don't like anyone else though. And I'm going to be great. I suck now, but I'm going to be licensed and start to practice. You're the only person I've texted with a really long time. Like Jesus, like Jesus Christ. But she.
But yeah, it was awkward. This should just be like an awkward thing that just remains between 2 people. But for some reason, she just decides to run around publicly saying that we dated for a long time. The last I've heard, she says we dated for 9 months. But like, yeah, anyway, it's just annoying. Whatever. Anyway, that was my Lauren's adventures. Apparently, she also made another story saying to explain why she looked high on meth. I don't think she necessarily looked high, but Jesus Christ. That's pretty good foresight from you. She's unhinged. Wow, thanks, buddy. Good foresight would have been never talking to her ever. Jesus. What phone were you using to record the De Laguna encounter at the video quality cinema? That would be my iPhone 17. The default video quality is like 1080p, but I just changed it to 4K, 60 FPS. Hell yeah. Get them big, wonderful videos. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's not much more to talk about for that, which is kind of weird. New court docs. Oh, we have new court memorinos. One of the spicy meme balls is half dropped. Okay, let's see. They skipped a deposition that was noticed, meaning it was registered with the court, basically. And then they needed to show the judge why they skipped it and didn't say anything about it. Was that this one right here? Who are they? Doe? Doe and her lawyers. Yeah. So just to catch you up on this ridiculous deposition situation, okay? So you can understand like the context for this, the setting for this. So imagine somebody asks you, "Hey, we should go out to eat," and you're like, "Okay, yeah." Or like let's go out to eat. Or you know, do you want to? Yeah. Let's say, do you want to go out to eat? And you say, yeah. And they go, okay. How does the 15th work? And you're like, yeah, I'm free on the 15th. Do you want me to pick you up or what? And they're like, I'm actually not free until the 25th. And you're like, okay, I'll meet you on the 25th then. And they're like, no, you agreed to the 15th. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, but I mean, I thought you were gonna be there. Doesn't matter. You agreed to the 15th. So I'll be there the 25th. You'll be there the 15th. It's like, well, no. We're not going to go at two separate times. This is stupid. And they're like, nope, you already agreed with it, and I'm going to go file with the court. You're going to be there on the 15th. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to tell the court you're going to be there on the 13th then. Good luck. And they're like, I don't agree to that. It's like, okay, take it up with the court. If you're going to notice us on this date, we'll notice you 2 days earlier. Fuck it. Like, if you don't like it, then register something with the court. They're just like playing stupid games with the depositions. But like, we didn't want to have to do two depositions like a month apart. It didn't make any sense to like have my lawyers fly out like at totally separate times. You want to schedule these like close to each other. But because they like played a word game, not even a word game, they were like, yeah, are you guys free on the 6th? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, well, we're not free all this month. It's like, okay, well then we'll do next month. Nope, you already agreed to this. It's like, it's just stupid. It was just dumb. So this is like everything is a fucking game with these people, like child's games. It's just the most retarded high school shit. It's just so goofy, okay? But, okay. So we noticed their deposition, I think, for the 3rd. They not only did they not show up for it, they didn't tell the court that they weren't going to show up for it. They didn't contest it with the court. So in the eyes of the court, they just skipped their deposition for no reason. So then the court demanded an expedited response from plaintiffs saying, hey, you need to show a cause for why did you skip this and not say anything with the court? Like you have to explain why you did this. Somebody said, is the norm that depositions occur on the same day? No, they don't have to occur on the same day, but generally for deposition, usually you're pretty flexible. You're trying to schedule things so that it works for all the parties. And my lawyers have to fly in from California to do their stuff. So like if they're going to fly in to be with me while I'm being deposed, then it'd be nice to do her deposition like a day before or a day after it so that they're here for the same thing instead of having to do two separate times. This shouldn't be a problem. Most people have no problem scheduling things like this. It should be pretty easy to do, okay? It's not a big deal, okay? It's not that hard, all right? So anyway, they skipped it. So the judge issues them essentially a show cause saying you need to show a good cause for why you skipped this and didn't notice the court. Plaintiff J. Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, respectfully submits this response to defendant's motion for protective order and in support thereof states as follows. Defendant's motion for protective order rests on a false narrative that omits key facts demonstrating plaintiff's good faith and defendant's obstruction. In reality, plaintiff diligently sought to coordinate both depositions, offered multiple reasonable in-person dates, and properly noticed defendant's deposition for November 6, 2025, a date defendant's counsel proposed and confirmed. So there's two huge things you'll notice for this. One, she's playing games. We had no problem doing my deposition first, whatever. We had no problem scheduling things together. We had no problem with any of this. The issue is them playing games, trying to lock us in on a deposition date 3 weeks away from theirs. We didn't, initially when we were scheduling these, we never thought that they would do that. But they try to lock us into that and they're playing games. Also, keep in mind, okay, even if all this is true, what they're supposed to be demonstrating right now, in my understanding, is they need to tell the judge not why they skipped the deposition. They need to tell the judge, why did you skip it and not even tell us? Because they didn't even tell the court, why didn't you notice the court? Why didn't you file a protective order? Why didn't you do anything to say that you weren't going to show up at this? And that's what she's supposed to be saying right now. Not that we couldn't agree on dates, but why didn't you tell the court? Defendant refused each of the multiple offered dates for plaintiff's deposition, despite counsel's availability, unilaterally and improperly noticed her deposition for a date he knew she could not attend, and then refused to appear for his own properly noticed deposition unless plaintiff capitulated. So we did agree to tons of dates. We had no problem changing things, but they tried to lock us in on the 6th without telling us that they weren't going to be available for like a month after. And then also, if we noticed the deposition, you didn't like it, why didn't you file a protective order with the court? And then refuse to appear for my own. I didn't refuse to appear. We filed a protective order to not appear for mine because you skipped yours. That's what you're responding to. It's just stupid. Contrary to defendant's self-serving assertions, he made no effort to accommodate plaintiffs or her counsel's schedules or minimize her costs or burdens. We did. We had no problem doing it later on. But for some reason, they had to do mine on the 6th, and they wouldn't reschedule mine. Or I'd say reschedule. We didn't even 100% lock that in. But it's just stupid games. Plaintiff informed defendant that she was not available in Miami on the unilaterally noticed November 3rd date due to her class schedule at her school in Illinois, and because it would necessitate missing 3 full days of classes due to travel time. Since plaintiff was planning on being in Miami for her school's Thanksgiving break, she offered the dates of November 21st, 24th, or 25th in order to avoid the unnecessary burden of missing her classes and expensive traveling to Miami twice. Also, interesting that plaintiff is apparently broke or poor, needed to fundraise $50,000 for her court case, but they've easily spent in excess of $100,000 or $150,000 on this court case so far, for sure. But now also has the money and time to move to a whole other state and attend grad school? Where's all this money coming from? What? Okay. But defendant expressly disregarded the inconvenience and effect on plaintiff. Instead, the defendant's only concern, and the only reason for this discovery dispute, is that one of defendant's 5 attorneys, out-of-state counsel Mr. Bretler, suddenly and disingenuously claimed he would be burdened by having to travel to Miami twice. Moreover, and contrary to defendant's assertion, plaintiff's counsel never represented that they are available to depose defendant on November 24th or 25th, nor are they available since plaintiff's lead counsel, Ms. Peters, has prior commitment issues outside of Florida, and co-counsel Mr. Garcia cannot take the deposition due to health constraints. Okay. Defendant has not and cannot show good cause for his scheduling shenanigans, unilaterally scheduling plaintiff's deposition for an unavailable date and then refusing to appear at his own agreed-to deposition and now insisting that depositions be held consecutively. If you couldn't appear, why didn't you file with the court? Why didn't you file with the court? Also, we agree we can do anytime. We agreed. We had no problem doing other dates. But you guys literally tried to lock us in on the 6th. We had no problem. I'm pretty sure it even shows up in Bretler's emails. The record demonstrates the defendant's purported burden is disingenuous, and even assuming it is not, no authority supports prioritizing the convenience of out-of-state counsel over that of Miami-based parties and local counsel in Miami forum. Defendant's conduct constitutes discovery abuse, not cooperation. The court should deny defendant's motion. Why didn't they file with the court? If I had to guess, maybe she's getting a little overwhelmed. I think we've pushed a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of stuff that's like stacking up on them. Like there's still multiple people that we haven't gotten to subpoena. We don't have any testimony from Abby, who is their only witness left in this case. For stuff we'll see later on, everything they felt on Rose completely fucking fell apart, and that's a disaster for them now that they have to deal with, that we're pushing them on as well. We'll see if that shows up in a court doc. We still have a ton of outstanding discovery. Pixie is too busy goofing off, I guess, in other states or taking Instagram pictures and hasn't turned over still basically anything for discovery. We have basically nothing from them. And then now they're like skipping depositions. They haven't made available. Like it's just everything is like a disaster. It's just, they haven't. Yeah. So my guess is maybe she's starting to get overwhelmed on stuff. I don't know. On September 17th and 19th, plaintiff's counsel requested defendant's available dates for deposition. Defendant's counsel responded on September 22nd. The defendant was available the first week of November, and on September 26th confirmed November 6th, 2025 for his deposition. Plaintiff served a formal notice of deposition for that date, which defendant's counsel acknowledged, stating, "We will calendar Mr. Bennell's deposition on November 6th. Yeah, but this was before we knew that they wouldn't be available for a month later. Thus, by September 29th, defendant's deposition date had been mutually agreed, noticed, and noticed and calendared. It was not until 1 month later, on October 30th, that defendant's counsel first indicated the defendant would not appear and improperly conditioned his appearance on plaintiff's appearance. Again, this is just scheduling depositions. This shouldn't be like a big deal. This shouldn't be that hard. Like, this is not like, this is nothing important. We're just scheduling. Hold on. Just waiting, my good friend. After defendant's deposition was confirmed, his counsel requested dates for plaintiff's deposition in Miami in October. Plaintiff's counsel informed defendant that because she was attending school in Illinois and based on her class schedule, she was not available in Miami in October and instead offered the date of November 21st in Miami. Defendant's counsel, Mr. Bretler, stated he was unavailable November 21st and again insisted on dates in October. Plaintiff, based on her class schedule and requirements governing class attendance, then offered the remote deposition dates of October 24th, November 7th or 14th, as well as additional in-person dates in Miami on November 24th or 25th. I'm pretty sure initially they said she wasn't available in the entire month of November, but okay. On October 1st, Mr. Butler rejected all of these dates, again insisting on October dates in Miami. Again, we have no problem doing these dates, but they wouldn't let me move mine. They wouldn't let me move mine. Well, I say move, but we didn't even 100% lock it in. They didn't want to do mine near. They were just playing this stupid, weird game. It's so dumb. This is so cringe. All of this is so cringe. Plaintiff's counsel, Mr. Garcia, responded Mr. Bretler was apparently available on November 24th or 25th and explained that plaintiff was not available in Miami other than November 21st, 24th, or 25th due to currently residing in Illinois and because any other in-person dates would necessitate missing 3 full days of classes for 2 days of travel. Okay. Firstly, Jesus. How long does it take you to get there's got to be direct flights from Miami to Chicago. I don't even know all this, whatever. Also, again, you moved states, without her wife, by the way, that she tried to marry for a green card. You moved states, okay, are going to grad school in another state. Where is all this money coming from? I thought you were broke. I don't know why you needed to fundraise for all of this, for this court case. It's cost you 3x the funds you've raised so far, but whatever. Since plaintiff was planning on being in Miami for her school's Thanksgiving break, she offered the dates of November 21st, 24th, or 25th. The defendant did not wish to take her deposition remotely in Illinois, and in order to avoid missing her classes and the expense of traveling twice to Miami, Mr. Bretler expressly dismissed plaintiff's unavailability and inconvenience. Plaintiff was not available due to post in Miami on November 3rd because she had a full day of class scheduled. Then why didn't you register it with the court? That's what this show cause needs to be for. I don't know if either I don't understand this or Jonas doesn't understand that. That's fine. If you say you can't make it on November 3rd, why are you saying this now after skipping it? Why didn't you notice the court? Why didn't you file anything with the court? Why not file a protective order beforehand? Furthermore, due to the location of her school, it requires a full day of travel to get to Miami and another full day of travel to return to Illinois. November 3rd is also a Monday, so you would only missed 1 or 2 days of school, but okay. For this reason, and based on her class schedule and requirements, she was not available or able to appear for a deposition in Miami on November 3rd, since it would have necessitated missing 3 full days of classes. Maybe they have Sunday classes? Additionally, traveling to Miami and back from her school is very expensive, with round-trip flights averaging $900. Is that even true? There's no way. You must be able to get flights for less than $500. Round trip? Maybe less than $400 from Miami to, is it ORD for Chicago? Search flights. Non-stop. Bro, I'm seeing flights for $193. Come on. $900? What is she, flying first class? Plaintiff offered the dates of November 21st, 24th, or 25th, since she would be in Miami on those days, or alternatively 3 remote deposition dates. Again, these dates are fine. Let's just do mine right after or right before. I'm not going to fly my lawyers out twice for this, okay? Defendant's narrative that he must take plaintiff's deposition during the same week as defendant's deposition to avoid unnecessary burden and expense is contradicted by the record. On September 26th, 29th, 30th, and October 1st, after defendant's deposition had been calendared for November 6th, defendant's counsel repeatedly insisted the plaintiff provide dates for her deposition in October, showing no concern then about his unnecessary burden and expense. He also showed no concern for plaintiff's unnecessary burden and expense and having to miss classes and travel to Miami to be deposed in October or on November 3rd in Miami. You sued me in Florida! You dumb idiot! You sued me here! You chose the venue! So you don't get to claim unnecessary burden or expense! This was your venue! So I don't know why the fuck you moved out of state and now you're too lazy to show up for your fucking depots! That's on you! Then, on October 2nd, out-of-state counsel, I like how she says, out-of-state counsel, Mr. Bretler, suddenly expressed a newfound concern with his own burden of having to travel twice to Miami, and for the first time insisted the plaintiff's deposition be taken during the same week as defendant's. But if cost saving were genuine, defendant could have deposed plaintiff in Illinois on the proffered date of October 24th, immediately following the October 23rd deposition of a non-party witness in Illinois, attended by 2 of defendant's California's attorneys. I don't even know if we were talking about doing her depo then, and I don't even know if we knew she lived in Illinois then. Maybe you guys should have offered that date. However, Mr. Bretler had to be in Miami for another matter on November 4th, which is why he offered and agreed on November 6th for defendant's deposition. Rescheduling defendant's deposition so that both depositions would be taken the week of Thanksgiving would not actually minimize any burden or inconvenience, since Mr. Bretler still had to be in Miami the first week of November, and thus would still be traveling twice to Miami. I don't know what he has scheduled here. I don't know what he has scheduled back in California. Why would you assume just because he's here for another matter, he would be able to just squeeze in a day or two for deposition for a whole other thing? I mean, maybe she's bored. Maybe she has nothing going on in her life or nothing scheduled in her life. I don't know. Thus, defendant's claim of unnecessary burden is plainly disingenuous. Ignoring plaintiff's stated unavailability and burden, on October 3rd, Mr. Bretler insists the plaintiff appear for a deposition, blah, blah, blah. I think this is all just... This is just the most cringe shit ever. But she never gives a good reason in any of this, I don't believe, for why she didn't notice the court. On the eve of defendant's November 6th deposition, defendant's counsel announced that defendant will not appear for his deposition on November 6th unless plaintiff appeared on November 3rd, effectively holding his own testimony hostage to coerce compliance with his unjustified demands. Then just notice the court. Files in the court saying you're not going to be there. How can we hold you hostage? Why not file with the court? This is what you do. Well, I say this is what you do, but apparently she fucks half her filings up, so... Plaintiff's counsel are not available and never represented that they are available on November 24th or 25th to depose defendant. Defendant falsely asserts that plaintiff and her counsel represented they're available for deposition on November 24th, 25th. In fact, plaintiff's counsel advised during the October 7th meet and confer, and again by October 10th on email, that they could not depose defendant on either date because plaintiff's counsel were not both available in Miami on those dates, and thus they could not agree to changing defendant's agreed upon deposition. I don't know why you don't need to both be here. I still don't understand how they can do her depo on the 24th, 25th, but not yours on those dates. I have no idea. I don't know. What is her argument for that? Ms. Peters has prior commitments outside of Florida, and co-counsel Mr. Garcia, recovering from medical procedures limiting his speech, cannot conduct defendant's deposition, though he can attend to defend plaintiffs with Ms. Peters' remote assistance. Okay. Why can't she just remote depose me if that's what you guys want to do? For these reasons and in good faith, plaintiff's counsel offered those dates only for plaintiff's deposition, not for defense. Okay, because you have to speak less when you're just doing objections versus when you're reading to depose somebody, I guess. Cringe. This is all just cringe. That's our cringe thing. Mr. Garcia can't talk much. He had no problem talking during the hearing, but maybe I guess he's had a surgery since then. Declaration of Joan Peters. This is just about emails. This is September 30th. We asked for dates in October for an in-person deposition in Miami. Please provide plaintiff's availability to sit for deposition in person in Miami, Florida in October, or we will unilaterally notice her deposition for a date and time that works for Mr. Bonnell and his counsel. It cannot be that your client is not available for an in-person deposition any days in October, and her only availability in November is the week of Thanksgiving. If that is the case, she will need to make other arrangements in order to comply with the discovery obligations and the lawsuit that she filed. How can you sue me in Florida and say you're not available for 2 months? What are you doing? You don't live here anymore? That's not my problem. You sued me here. This is the venue that you chose. And then this is Garcia. Jane Doe. I am currently pursuing a degree in an out-of-state school. My school is approximately a 2.5 to 3 hour driving distance from the closest airport. It must be nice to have so much money and so much time to not work ever, have no jobs, no income, fundraise a free $50K off my reputation on X, on Twitter, and then go to out-of-state grad law school, whatever she's doing, I guess. Must be nice. Between September 22nd and September 30th, I spoke with my attorney, Carlos A. Garcia Perez, numerous times regarding my available dates to be deposed in this matter. I informed him that based on my current class schedule at my school, and in order not to miss classes, I could only be available for an all-day deposition remotely on October 24th, November 7th, or November 14th. I also told him that based on my class schedule, and in order not to miss classes, I could travel to Miami and be available for my deposition in person on November 21st, 24th, or 25th. Go to page 8 in the main doc and read part 4 of their argument. Wait, what? The federal rules and local rules require cooperation and mutual accommodation, discovery, scheduling, defendant's conduct, unilaterally noticing an unavailable witness. What about it? Did you go over any of the case law they cited in their response? They use a case from the same judge that's overseeing your case. Is it this one here where Judge Torres rules on this? I didn't. Usually when I look up, I just stopped reading their cases they cited because all of them were just so wrong. Is there a docket for this, whatever this case is? Oh, here, I guess I can look for the particular filing. Fuck me, I hate searching for this shit. Does this tell me the particular docket entry? Is it this? Check DMs. What? No justification. Okay. Let's see. Plaintiff's motion to compel defendant's deposition and sanctions. In connection with the same facts that above, plaintiff filed a motion to compel defendant's deposition and sanctions on June 15, 2017. Specifically, the plaintiff requests that defendant's deposition be compelled to occur no later than July 1st, and that plaintiff be awarded fees and costs associated with the filing of the motion, all related work, preparation for defendant's deposition. In response, defendant argues the plaintiff has not carried her burden of proof nor met established criteria for either an order compelling defendant's deposition or an award of sanctions. Scheduling conflict is completely avoidable. Defendant contends the emails between the parties could not have been clear and that only defense counsel will be available on June 13th, and not the defendant. As such, defendant alleges that plaintiff has, in bad faith, continued to threaten to unilaterally set the defendant's deposition on dates plaintiff counsel is not available and is scheduled not to be in the United States. Therefore, defendant requests that the court deny plaintiff's motion, find that plaintiff has failed to meet the requirements set forth. Federal rules of appraisal authorizing imposition. Okay, so it sounds like they filed a motion to compel. It wasn't just like a scheduling or notice for the court, but this was a motion to compel somebody to show up for a deposition, I guess. Without rehashing all the email communications and so forth, we find the defendant was substantially justified in not appearing for the deposition that plaintiff unilaterally said in the case. There is no confusion that the defendant was out of the country on June 13, 2017, and that only defense counsel could be present at that date. Nonetheless, plaintiff scheduled defendant's deposition out of frustration and incurred unnecessary costs and fees. Plaintiff's motion lacks any merit because there was absolutely no justification for unilaterally setting defendant's deposition on a date that defendant was obviously unavailable to appear, and plaintiff's conduct was also unwarranted because the discovery deadline in the action is not until June 28th, 2018. Oh, that's like a year away as well. As such, plaintiff's motion is denied the parties directed work in a professional cooperative manner on a date. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit different because Destiny, she was justified in not showing up because they filed this motion. I don't know what you mean. She and they, I don't know what, you're using way too many pronouns. But in this case here, it sounds like somebody filed a motion to compel somebody to show up for a deposition when they clearly weren't available. And the judge is saying, well, we're not going to agree with this motion to compel them to show up here because they're not available. However, in our case, they just didn't even notice the court. They didn't say anything to the court. So I don't feel like this applies here that well. But also, I don't think that none of the cases they cite usually apply that well to anything they're talking about. But they filed a protective order beforehand. That's why she was justified in not showing up. In the other case, yeah, sure, maybe, yeah. Okay. What did she say? I provided these dates in good faith and in an attempt to facilitate the scheduling of my deposition without undue burden, without jeopardizing my class standing. My school's handbook states a failure to attend classes may result in being dropped from the course, a grade reduction, or failure. I told my counsel that I could not be available for a deposition in Miami on November 3rd because I had a full day of classes scheduled. Furthermore, due to the location of my school, it requires additionally round-trip flights to Miami average $900. Based on my class schedule, I plan to be in Miami for a week over the Thanksgiving break. Thus, to reduce the burden of costs and the burden of disrupting my studies and class attendance, I provided the date of November 21st for my deposition in Miami. When I was told by Mr. Garcia the defense counsel was not available on that day, I then provided the additional dates of November 24th or 25th. Okay, good one. Okay, anyway, that was this stupid meme. I think they still haven't dropped their USB drive off at the court. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what's going on with her or what is happening, but okay. Kind of a big meme. Let me use the restroom real quick and then we were invited to file a reply to a response that they had, I think, to related to our motion to dismiss, basically. Are there any big dates we are looking at for when things might progress or wrap up? So I think that discovery ends on December 16th, and I'm hoping that we get the motion to dismiss ruling within a week or two after that, hopefully. I think it looks really bad. So the motion to dismiss, remember, has to do with whether or not the court can hear the case. They get to reply to our motion to dismiss. However, They didn't put any new evidence in their court doc. They didn't put any new evidence in their replies or responses that say that the court can't even hear this case. They just keep like doing these weird Kiwi Farms attacks on like my evidence, saying that it's not good enough, but they are offering nothing of their own. And again, we're 6, 7 months, 8 months into this case and they have nothing. So my hope is getting higher on this. I never really thought that, I never thought that we would win on the motion to dismiss. The idea is motion to dismiss would happen. The judge would probably reject this because on the motion to dismiss, you basically read the whole complaint generally as true, although their subject matter jurisdiction questions might be different. But then we would get guidance on that for the motion for summary judgment, which would come, I guess, a few months later. And the motion for summary judgment is where I expect to win. But I'm getting higher hopes in the motion to dismiss since they seem to not be able to have any evidence for anything they're saying, which is nice. But we'll see. And they keep doing dumb shit. So this was our reply relating to their reply relating to the motion to dismiss. Pursuant to the court's paperless order, dated November 5th, 2025, defendant Stephen K. Bonnell II hereby submits the following surreply brief in further support of his motion to dismiss, specifically to address the changes that plaintiff's expert witness, Joseph Pena, made to his expert declaration to correct certain errors in the record that he identified. Plaintiff's corrective filings confirms and resolves the central fact precluding subject matter jurisdiction in this case. In his amended declaration, plaintiff's own expert witness now expressly concedes that Bonnell's transmission of the video to Rose occurred on April 9th, 2022, nearly 6 months before the effective date of the Cardi statute and consistent with the testimony of other witnesses in this case. Mr. Pena's admission resolves the only jurisdictional question underpinning plaintiff's federal claim, whether Bonnell sent the video after the effective date of the Cardi statute. He did not, despite plaintiff's continued attempts to obfuscate this straightforward issue before the court. The remainder of Mr. Pena's amended declaration does nothing to change the fact that Bonnell's sole transmission of the video occurred prior to the effective date of the Cardi statute, and his motion to dismiss should be granted accordingly. Section 2, Mr. Pena now confirms that Bonnell's transmission of the video preceded the effective date of Cardi. Mr. Pena's amended declaration eliminates any ambiguity. He now concedes that Bonnell's transmission of the video to Rose via Discord occurred on April 9th, 2022. Mr. Pena's new conclusion is consistent with the substantial evidence in the record, including from the non-party deponent whose ex-boyfriend impersonated her in Discord correspondence he was having with Bonnell while pretending to be Rose, as well as plaintiff's own acknowledgement that she could not conclusively determine that Bonnell's transmission of the video to Rose occurred after October 1st, 2022. So I'm sure this will start to filter out into more motions or things, but they managed to, a member of Gistigal's Discord server harassed the victim's family into being basically deposed by plaintiff's attorneys. And in the process of this deposition of her a few weeks ago, a whole bunch of pretty insane shit came out. And then one of those kind of crazy things that I found out was I have never apparently talked to this person in my entire life. And it gets more complicated and worse than that, but this account was being ran by, I'll say, another person for the entirety of this account's existence. There's just like the whole story on this is very insane, but I imagine that'll be coming out of more things. I don't know how much I'm technically allowed to talk about since it's a deposition that's not like publicly available, but as well as plaintiff's own, how did you find this out? Because it came out during her deposition. So there were no phone conversations with Rose. I don't think I talked to her. When Pixie initially asked me about this a year and a half ago, I thought I'd had a conversation with her, but when her boyfriend or whoever was on that solo account reached out to me, he said that I'd never talked to her, so maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm mixing a conversation up I had with somebody else, but I guess I never did. It's still possible that I did, though, when all the details of this come out, but it's pretty wild, but it's possible there were only text conversations. But where am I at? Continue to be browsed, as well as plaintiff's own acknowledgement, you cannot conclusively balance. Okay. I don't know the exact date. The dates are reversed. It's actually blah, blah, blah. This whole like dates reverse thing this was like retarded as fuck. But moreover, Mr. Pena has also retracted his accusations. His accusation of that Bonnell engaged in evidence spoliation. In paragraphs 7, 17, and 18 of his original declaration, Mr. Pena asserted and concluded that Bonnell's Discord chat export had been tampered with, that Bonnell had deleted or altered messages, and therefore Bonnell's evidence of the April 2022 transmission of the video to Rose is not reliable and would require further discovery. In his amended declaration, Mr. Pena concedes that his initial conclusions were incorrect, and he admits that Discord's time grouping design feature explains the supposed inconsistencies he highlighted in his declaration. Mr. Pena now withdraws his prior claim of evidence tampering and no longer asserts that Mr. Bonnell manipulated the data demonstrating the April 2022 transmission of the video to Rose. Plaintiff herself acknowledges that the paragraphs in her opposition predicated on those now withdrawn statements are no longer supported and should be disregarded by the court. Mr. Pena's amendment corroborates Bonnell's position. Since the outset of this case, the Discord log export reflecting Bonnell's correspondence with Rose is accurate. The message thread with Rose is intact, and Bonnell's transmission of the video occurred in April 2022, preceding the effective date of Cardi by nearly 6 months. Wait, so plaintiff knew about the Rose stuff, and they still added the footnote in one of their filings. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff about that, but hey, we'll wait until more comes out. Pretty crazy, pretty gross. Can you explain why the expert witness would say this stuff? Well, he retracted some of what he said. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know if... Well, one issue was he was copy-pasting stuff, which we saw verbatim from Kiwi Farms. He even left one of the links on accident there. So we saw that. So I don't know if he just never even did a real analysis or if they just paid an expert witness to copy-paste stuff from Kiwi Farms. But... So, yeah, I don't know. The guy was an idiot. Rather than submit admissible evidence to conclusively establish subject matter jurisdiction here, which is what they should have done, by the way, plaintiff instead relies on a purported expert's testimony to obfuscate plaintiff's fatal jurisdictional defect. Worse still, Mr. Pena was retained to assess alleged tampering of Discord messages, yet his own core accusation was based on a basic misreading and or misunderstanding of Discord's own interface. Such a fundamental misunderstanding of the platform confirms that no actual forensic analysis was performed. His conclusions were the product of unfamiliarity with the very system in which he claims expertise. To be clear, Mr. Pena's retraction confirms that no tampering or fabrication occurred and exposes the unreliability of the very opinions upon which plaintiff relies. Even now, Mr. Pena only speculates that Bonnell's evidence is unreliable unless digitally fingerprinted, but he identifies no actual alteration, loss, or destruction of data. Instead, Mr. Pena relies entirely on a negative inference that the absence of a cryptographic hash somehow renders the production unreliable. Such speculation is not a forensic finding, but a rhetorical attempt to manufacture ambiguity where none exists. The date on which Mr. Bonnell transmitted the video is the dispositive question. It is easily resolved from the face of the Discord chat log, the evidence in the record, as well as by plaintiff's own expert's admission. No specialized computer forensics knowledge is required to read a date stamp. Plaintiff's continuing effort to reframe the transmission of the video on Discord as a complex, continuous disclosure is nothing more than an attempt to obscure the record and preserve a theory that her own expert cannot substantiate. Conclusion, for the reasons stated herein and in Bonnell's moving papers, Bonnell respectfully requests the court to grant the motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction. That's where we're at now. Big names. Did they get to reply to this reply to that? I'm not really sure. No clue. Will that deposition ever be made public? I have no clue. I don't know how that works. I guess we'll find out. ETA on the next big memes. Probably within the next couple weeks, I think. Did your lawyers depose her too, or just plaintiff? I mean, mine asked a few questions, but I can't really speak with any specificity. But it was a rough. It was just rough. That was just not a good. Pixie's. Let me just say, Pixie's a demon. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'll just say that much. Let me see. November 7th, 28th. Okay, I think probably within 2 weeks we'll see some memes. Would you accept a Willie Mac interview? I'm probably not just gonna do any interviews on this shit. I'll just say my final piece when everything's done. Just fuck all this shit, but... But also, just like as a quick thing, and my tongue is a little tied. I can't, like I said, I don't think I can talk much about this. But like, if you could think for like 2 seconds, if you use your brain a little bit, especially if you get away from like the weirdo show line, you just think about like the facts of the case and like how everything worked out. It requires at the very least one like insanely crazy, disgusting, criminal, international individual. But it's just funny to me that, not funny, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's actually really fucked up and really sad. Because of the obsession with like outing me on everything, there's been a person who's been completely and totally skipped. And there's also been like a victim who has been relentlessly harassed. And a lot of that harassment has come from Justical Server. And they'll even admit it. I don't know who, they just see this person talk about me a lot. This person is like talking about, I don't think that this girl or whatever was involved, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what makes you sure if they were involved? And I've spoken to her. Lots of people from Justical Server reached out and harassed the victim, harassed her family, harassed people around them. This has been like an ongoing thing from that community. So, and then all of it is basically happening behind the curtain of Pixie's court case because she's still obsessively dragging this out when they know they have nothing and no case. And every day that she drags it out is another day that she's providing cover for like a truly unbelievably insane individual. But I guess we just have to wait until this ends. Yeah. How much longer could they drag it out if they exhaust every possible avenue? I mean, if they got lucky on their motion for summary judgment and they survived that, then trial would be June of next year, right? Isn't it like June 16th of next year? You spoke about meetings with New York law firms. Are you planning on going after it anyway? I can't do that until this case is over. Like, this case is costing me so much money, and I can't risk. There are strategic and legal reasons why I can't do both as well at the same time, but the one of them is money related and psychological bandwidth related, but do you know who the criminal catfisher is? I don't think you should refer to this person as a catfisher. That's one of the things that they did, but it's not even close to the worst thing that they did. Not even remotely close to the worst thing that they did. Okay. I think that's it for now. I don't know if there's anything else. The most satisfying takeaway from all of this is how red in the face the riled dude at all must feel after having grilled countless DGGers on how saying, hey, I'm probably going to wait until the case wraps up and all the facts are on the table. No, because the goalpost always shifts. The current Cope goalpost on half the people is that I'm still going to get like arrested for child porn or some crazy shit. But then the other half is that like, well, actually every single time like wasting Destiny's time or money is actually based. So even if nothing else comes from it, this is okay. It's totally based. Initially, it was going to be, I was going to go to federal prison and get raped my whole life. And that was going to be the base thing. But now the base thing is just like, oh, well, if you waste his money, then then that's great anyway. So, you know. They say that Rose has to say she wasn't the one posting. The person who is identified as Rose or whatever has not been in control of any of the accounts that anybody knows about ever. That whole story is insane and crazy, but I can't get into any more details. That whole story is insanely disgusting and crazy. But we have to wait for more stuff to get filed. So, yeah. Has never been control ever, as in while it was with you, or ever, 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 ever. I know you can't answer, but is that why the feds were talking with you, with the memes you said about? No, the feds have only ever come to my place over like death threats and shit. But can you speak about the phone call that you allegedly had with the person named Rose? I don't know if I had a call with this person or not. When I first talked to Pixie, I hadn't talked to this person in over a year, I think, or 2 years. My recollection was I think I had a call with her when I was at an airport a while ago, but it might have been with another person. But I thought I did. I know that they've offered to call me, and I know that they've offered to call them, but it might have been with another person. Or actually, it might have been with them too. I don't 100% remember. It's been a long time. Also, Solo initially said, he told me that I'd never talked to this person, but then he posted on Kiwi Farms that he had a recording of me talking to this person, so I'm not sure. And if I think hard, I don't know, because I reread all of our logs, and I don't think I actually had a call with them. So I might have just misremembered that, but... Okay. Unrelated, but this is how Tom Bilyeu speaks. Stop. Why would he not publish that call if he had it? This guy doesn't want anything published about the actual person involved. There's a very particular reason why. Yeah. People post the images of her in your merch to discredit the idea that she had no idea. Is that explainable? The actual story is just so crazy and disgusting. Let me just say that the person that was running this account put in a huge amount of effort into mind-fucking me. Let me just... And the other person involved. That's... Yeah. That's all I can... Yeah. Fuck. Ask me in a few weeks. We'll see what else shows up in court filings. But, yeah. It's pretty wacky. That's a Jew stalker point. I will say this, just because so many people have posted it, and I think it's very funny, because I've seen a lot of people posting that, like, oh, how could you possibly have pictures of merch? It must be a real person. Or they must be talking to him. Yeah, it really seems like it, huh? I kind of thought the same thing. It's pretty, yeah, that's absolutely true. So I like that people are posting that as evidence of me absolutely lying or fucking my lies or my story up, because I think it goes to show how fucking insanely weird the actual story is. But hey, okay. That's all I got for now. All right, moving on to the next thing. Fall of Mega. I don't think I actually have that much to say here. The Epstein stuff has gotten hijacked like crazily. But not just the Epstein stuff. So in the past, I've said that there's a few things that I've said. Okay. One is that, okay, I was speaking a lot off stream. I was just doing it. Small stream was working, but there's kind of like three different things going on with Trump. Okay. So Trump is a narcissist. Trump is a cult leader, and, Trump doesn't do anything with he's not a kingmaker. He doesn't have successors. All right. So when I say Trump is a narcissist, I mean he doesn't care about the MAGA movement. He doesn't care about the Republican Party. He doesn't care about the United States. He just cares about his own shit. All right. He does very well at attacking other people or ostracizing or otherizing people from his own kind of cult, but that's it. But also he doesn't appoint other leaders. I don't know if I noticed it like Evo Morales, I think, had this issue, or socialist leaders, commies run into this problem where when they become dictators, they don't actually want to appoint any other politically powerful people. All they want to do is roll. They just want to rule under their own single person rule with no other powerful people. I don't know if it's because they're threatened by other people. They don't like to share the megaphone, but there have been other people that have shown up. And I think some people in the public make this mistake. If you're retarded, you've made this mistake, but it was always clearly obvious from the beginning. I said this a million times. People like Elon Musk were only politically powerful or politically relevant because Trump was lending them political aura. That's it. Otherwise, these people are autistic, ketamine-infused retards that no one cares about. This has been true for a lot of the people that have shown up around Trump. It's true for a lot of the ideologues that control Trump. So J.D. Vance, Stephen Miller. It's not true for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is popular. She's been a monster fundraiser in the past. I think her house raises, she's raised more money than almost anyone else in the party. She is, and she represents a very real, she feels like a real person who's a real MAGA, was from QAnon and has fought with the media and is very much, I would say almost like an AOC of the right, kind of. And if she starts breaking hard with Trump, Trump is going to be in a huge bad spot. Trump can very easily excise Nassi, these people who are betraying MAGA, or can very easily excise people like Elon, who the fuck cares? Oh, I'm going to make my own political party. Okay, little bro, put the spaceships in Mars. No one cares, you fucking retard. Marjorie Taylor Greene, he cannot do that with. Even if he does somehow win a fight with her, it's going to come at great cost to his own political coalition, and he won't be able to survive it. And he'll the strong ally is going to be gone. Oh, and then also, you're in this weird area where, as we come up to the midterms and beyond, the MAGA political capital is becoming less relevant because of the three reasons I gave earlier. Trump's a narcissist. He's not a kingmaker. He doesn't do anything to help anybody else. All he does is attack. Well, if you know that Trump's not going to be able to survive physically or politically because he'll be too old, he's probably not going to run for a third term being as old as he is, right? Well, what are you going to do now? Who's going to be the new leader of the party? And people are still, I think people have kind of been looking around. You're not really saying anything. People are kind of looking around. You've got this weird Fuentes, Candace, Megyn Kelly-ish, Tucker Carlson split, but these people aren't elected people. I don't know how much political power they have with real people. I know they're famous online or whatever, but Megyn Kelly splitting is not good. That's a scary, very not good thing. So you have in my opinion, this is probably one of the scariest tweets I think I've read from Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think was this morning? Yeah. Good morning. I want to thank everyone who texted and posted and commented support for me. You all are so kind and I appreciate love and support you too. I never thought that fighting to release the Epstein files, defending women who were victims of rape, and fighting to expose the web of rich, powerful elites would have caused this. But here we are. That's Trump. And it truly speaks for itself. There needs to be a new way forward. That's a spooky sentence. You don't want to hear that from MTG, okay? Oh, wait, hold on. One quick meme thing, because everybody in Gisticle server who said they didn't want to cover my stuff anymore because it's too boring. I keep seeing this cope over and over again. The funny thing is, even if it was a catfish, what would change? Like, it's such a weird lie. Oh, they also assume I'm all lying about this too. Imagine a predator that gets catched by Chris Hansen would be like, well, I'm not a real predator. I just talked with a person that pretended to be a minor. So I don't know if you've ever watched To Catch a Predator, but in To Catch a Predator, that's adults pretending to be kids. It's not kids pretending to be adults. Like, To Catch a Predator wouldn't really make any sense if Chris Hansen was like, well, here, you said you're 20 years old. I'm going to come over and fuck you. But like, did you like, it's this, I don't know. I think it's just because Gisticle like okayed this weird talking point that like this whole server sycophantically runs with it. But Chris Hansen did not have people pretending to be adults to catch predators. It was people pretending to be minors. I don't know why. I don't know how nobody in the, well, it's because they're all so obsessed with hating me that they can't like form any independent thoughts that, yeah, I don't know. But the toxic political industrial complex thrives on ripping us all apart, but never delivers anything good for the American people, whom I love. Never delivers anything good. So one of the things that MTG has been talking about recently too is that prices aren't going down, right? So this is difficult. Prices aren't going down, and that was something she hit Trump on, and Trump really doesn't like this. Destiny, God, I hope it matters, but I feel like it's just going to be another thing about Trump that is forgotten in a few weeks. MTG, no, is not somebody who's going to be forgotten in a few weeks. This is a central MAGA figure. This is not somebody who can just disappear. The PIC tells us, what is this, the political something class? The PIC tells us to hate each other, fundraises off why we have to hate each other, and pits Americans against each other to the point of violence and nearing civil war. Oh, political industrial complex, maybe? This is also wrong. We can have our own differences and differing opinions, but we can still love and respect one another. We are far more in common than we have apart. I believe in the American people more than I believe in any leader or political party, and the American people deserve so much better than how they have been treated by both sides of the aisle. The way forward is America first, America only, and that may be the most dangerous pursuit of all. So one of the big things here is that all she has to do is like focus on the issues and take the high road. The MAGA Trump cannot. He's just so bad politically. He cannot manage his political status. It's misstep after misstep after fuck up after fuck up. He just cannot ever, he can't do politics because he's a dictator. He's like a king. He's just never navigated an environment politically. And all Marjorie Taylor Greene has to do is just basically sit back and kind of do this like better than thou, both sides, but MAGA representative, and just absorb the Trump attacks. And I don't know. So she tweeted this at 11:40 this morning. I'm now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world. The man I supported and helped get elected. Aggressive rhetoric attacking me has historically led to death threats and multiple convictions of men who are radicalized by the same type of rhetoric being directed at me right now. This time by the President of the United States. As a woman, I take threats from men seriously. I now have a small understanding of the fear and pressure the women who are victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his cabal must feel. As a Republican who overwhelmingly votes for President Trump's bills and agenda, his aggression against me, which also feels the venomous nature of his radical internet trolls, many of whom are paid, this is completely shocking to everyone. My phone is blowing up with constant amazing support. I'm so thankful. The political industrial complex and the toxic violent nature of American politics must end. Our country is worth saving. It can only be done if we pull together and save ourselves. So she's starting to hit on a lot of these talking points in terms of like aggressive rhetoric from like the MAGA people, like radicalized people. A lot of them are Russian bots. There's radical internet trolls. It's the same type of stuff that the Epstein victims got. And then like, we need to come together and save America, America first. Like, yeah, I don't know. Trump has just been, I think, like retruthing a bunch of weird shit. Laura Loomer tweeted this yesterday. I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory in the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports, or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world, as opposed to being in the laughing stock that we were just 12 months ago, having trillions of dollars, record-setting invested in the USA, and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago, and so much more. All I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congresswomen or congressmen/women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they are too fed up with her and her antics, and if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican-hating anchors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So if I would be looking to this race, if Trump stakes out like a huge position on trying to primary Marjorie Taylor Greene and fails, this I think this is like the end. I don't know what Trump does past that point. And I feel like historically, when Trump stakes out like big support for candidates in these races, I feel like they tend not to do that good. But yeah, he's been retweeting. You chose your side. You joined the Democrats. You want to better your political future in 2020 instead of helping President Trump fix his country. He's just been like retweeting attacks on her. Your political future just ended. Hope it was worth it, sellout. I'm from a district similar to yours. Massey's, in fact. These are all bots, by the way. I know my family, friends, and I cannot wait to vote against Massey. I bet many of yours feel the same. Don't pretend it's just about the files. Others are doing the same, and we're fine with that. Okay. You've literally been all over the map since he told you the truth. You're not built for the Senate, and you never will be. You speak on things wildly without having any deep understanding of any subject you speak on. Your Doge subcommittee was a complete failure, and the most successful part of it was a freshman congressman from Texas. Imagine blaming Doge on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, man. New MTG tweet. The ratio in this post should serve as the ultimate warning to all my Republican colleagues. You vote no on Tuesday to release the Epstein files and face severe outrage from America. Republicans don't have support from women, and this right here is a perfect example of why. Uh-oh. I will be voting no on the Epstein hoax. The Democrats are using the Epstein hoax to distract us from the winning of President Trump and his administration. My message to my Republican colleagues, don't let this noise keep us from delivering on the mandate the American people gave us. President Trump, I stand by you in the fight to save America. I'm not going to let this hoax manufactured by Democrats slow us down. 2.9 thousand likes, 10,000 comments, 1.5 thousand retweets. Uh-oh. Here's his last 2 tweets attacking MTG, or truths. Marjorie Traitor Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. Lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left, performed poorly on the pathetic View, and became the rhino that we all know she always was. Just another fake politician, no different than Rand Paul Jr. Thomas Massey, who got caught being a full-fledged Republican in name only. Make America great again. Good luck. Damn. What is Megan up to? Hold on.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything.
Uh-huh. You guys always are and seem to have no insights for us or make any good predictions about anything, but okay.
And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
So, just to be clear, 15 is not barely legal, okay? That would be very illegal. Okay, I don't know why we would... You could at least say like 17, or at least say like 16, 17. Why would you go to 15? Why would you go that low? Why not? Why would you go that far?
And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby.
What does this even mean? They could pass for younger than they were, but they would look older than they were? What does that even mean?
And that is what I believed, and that is what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn, now they call it child sexual abuse material, on his computer.
They used to call it child porn, not kiddie porn to see, but okay.
That for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I
What are these boundaries that we're drawing?
First came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever.
I mean, like, there is, but also both are wrong. So, I mean, like, I don't know what the point is of trying to argue this here, but okay. Can you rationalize why Meghan or Spiro types are committed to hitching their wagon to the pro-child? Well, they just like, people's political instincts are flaring up and they're trying to figure out like where the future is. So if like Trump survives all of this, then they want to be with Trump. And that's, I guess they are imagining that the Trump camp is going to make it through all of this